G'day to the surface of the sun. I'm so hot I can't even do my intro. Rem in the background and I are on holiday. We're still in Antalya, and it wouldn't be a holiday for Rem and I if we didn't do a couples workout. So because it is hotter than the surface of the sun, I am actually just wearing my beach wear. I could not put leggings on after all the coffees and cakes that I've been having, and in 60% humidity. So forgive me for what I'm wearing. It's also going to be a really short workout because, just to remind you, it's really hot and I want to get in the ocean. So Rem and I are going to put together a really quick, simple workout that you can do on holiday. All you're going to need to have is some strength bands. I will put a link in the description box below for anything you'll need for this workout. It's a full body workout and it's going to be no longer than about 20 minutes. I'll put all the details for the workout below so you can just print it off and take it on your own holiday. And with all that being said, let's just get started. Right.
This is my best side.
This is your best side. So you do know Rem. Say hello, Rem.
What?
I always have to remind people that Rem hasn't got a voice box, which is why he sounds like he should work on a sex worker line. Let's just do the workout. We were staying at the beautiful Tuisan Satori resort in Beylikdüzü in Antalya, Turkey, and the pavilion we set up in was stunning. Turns out it's a really beautiful wedding venue. So the second we started recording, a bunch of staff showed up to start preparing for a wedding later that day. So obviously massively happy and well wishes to the couple, blah blah blah, but my workout ended up getting rushed and ruined it. Absolutely, it ruined the aesthetics of my video. It was a face-off because I refused to budge, and so did they. So we decided to coexist in the same video. Kicking off the workout with a bit of a glute burn, using a light circle resistance band. You want to place it around your knees and balance on one leg, keeping your balancing leg soft and not locked at the knee. You want to spread your toes out on the floor and try and keep your weight even throughout your foot, pulling your tummy in and pulling your pelvis under so you can keep your glute squeezed without. You want to keep the moving leg bent at the knee and start by raising your knee forward, taking it to the side and then kicking behind. Now you want to stay very in control of the movement and you want to keep your focus on your glutes, especially when taking your leg out to the side and behind. Be sure that you're initiating the movement with your driving knee, but controlling it by keeping your butt tight and squeezing throughout. I aimed for about 10 reps of forward, side and back, so that's 30 reps each side. And as you near the end of the set, you really should be feeling your bottom firing up first and foremost, and not your quads and calves. This is, of course, on both legs, your balancing leg as well as your working leg. Once we were warmed up and our glutes are nice and fired up, we then took our workout into a superset, starting with banded searcher squats. You want to loop the band around your outstretched arms with your elbows bent at 45 degrees and anchor the band at the bottom of your feet. You can self-select your stance, but the more narrow you are, the more you're going to feel it through your quads, and the wider you are, you're asking a little bit more from your glutes. Just like a normal squat, you're looking at keeping your head up, your shoulder blades back and down, and sitting right back into the movement, pushing your knees out in line with your toes, and imagining that you're spreading the floor with your feet. You then want to drive the weight through your heels, pushing your knees out, and squeezing your butt to return to the top of the movement. We did around 20 reps of this before moving on to the next exercise of banded good mornings. This is a fantastic hip hinge movement which engages the entire of the posterior chain. So you want to loop the band over the top of your shoulders so it sits on your upper traps and anchor it around your feet. And you want to keep your knees soft and your legs straight as you drive your bottom backwards, trying to keep your spine straight or rather neutral by keeping your head up and in line. You should feel a stretch through your hamstrings, and you only want to go down as far as you can maintain your form. If you start rounding at your back, you're going down too far. Return to the top of the movement by squeezing your bottom and aim to tuck it under, otherwise known as a posterior tilt, squeezing your bottom and not hyperextending through your lower back. We did around 20 to 25 reps for 3 sets of both movements. The next superset again is an all over, all body weight movement, starting off with walkouts to push-ups. We did a couple of variations to meet for different skill levels. So you want to start off the movement by keeping your legs as straight as possible as you walk your arms out to lower yourself into the plank position. Back and head should be in line, your legs should be straight, knees soft, and your hands are in line with your elbows and your shoulders at the bottom of the movement. If you are slightly more conditioned and have more strength, you want to do it from a full push-up position as we're doing here. If you're not yet able to perform a full push-up, then drop to your knees before pushing up. The next exercise takes you into some dynamic plank variations. We wanted to mess this up a bit, as I'm aware a lot of my clients watching this is of different skill sets and abilities, so the easier version is the plank with the shoulder taps that we're doing here. The wider your legs are, the more stable you're going to be. The idea is you remain as still as possible and refrain from rotating at your hips on either of these variations. We started with holding an elevated plank position whilst alternating shoulder taps. Ren then took this into alternating shoulder taps into walking planks, into making it a bit more challenging, and here I am showing the walking plank, or what I think some people call commandos actually, for a more challenging variation. I then majorly got the hump and cut my workout short, since the guys setting up the pavilion kept on walking in shot and it just wasn't how I wanted this video to be. So I simply finished off the workout by adding some banded in and out jump squats to finish, and I did as many as I could in 2 minutes as a finisher. Or you could choose to do perhaps 2 or 3 sets of 20 reps, whichever suits you. So we're going to call it there because they're setting up for another wedding. Selfish buggers getting married, hey? You can't be cross, but it's just like, please, we spent so much money on this holiday.
Look, sometimes you just got to improvise and get on with it.
But I just wanted one beautiful Instagram-worthy photo. It's not going to happen. But anyway, that's the workout. As I said, all descriptions will be below. Hope you like it, and I do hope that you enjoy your holiday when you go. So from Rem and I and from Antalya, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week, Thursdays at 7 o'clock. So nice after our workout.